Welcome back gamers to another JGM gaming video. In today's video we'll be diving deep into the world of Diablo 4 and discussing the ultimate class tier list for endgame activities. We'll be looking at the top performing builds from level 50 to 100 once you've unlocked all the exciting endgame content. So before we jump into the tier list, let's quickly go over what this list represents. The tiers are defined based on the level 50 to 100 experience, where you have access to Nightmare Dungeons, Tree of Whispers, Helltide, PvP zones and challenging world bosses. The higher tier builds are capable of power leveling and progressing through world tiers effortlessly, while the lower tier builds might excel in specific activities but struggle with competitive speed in completing certain content. Keep in mind that these rankings are subject to change as new builds emerge and the game evolves. Let's start with the S tier builds here. So these are the absolute powerhouses that dominate the Diablo 4 endgame. In this tier we have the Whirlwind Barbarian, the Death Trap Rogue, the Twisting Blades Rogue, Pulverized Druid, Bone Spear Necro and Bone Spirit Necro. These classes are exceptionally versatile with incredible damage output and survivability, making them the go-to choice for high level challenges. Moving on to the A tier builds now, we have the Arc Lash Sorcerer, Ball Lightning Sorcerer, Trample Slide Druid, Tornado Druid, Penetrating Shot Rogue, which I'll personally be playing, Flurry Rogue and Rend Barbarian. These classes offer a great balance of offense and defense, allowing you to tackle various endgame activities with ease. Next up we have the B tier builds, which still pack a punch but might require a bit more finesse. In this tier we have the Barrage Rogue, Ice Shard Sorcerer, Firewall Sorcerer, Miasma CE Necro and Shred Druid. While these classes may not be as dominant as the higher tiers, they can still hold their own and excel in specific areas. Now let's move on to the C tier builds. These classes are still viable choices, but they might struggle in completing content at competitive speeds. In this tier we have the Meteor Sorcerer, Chain Lightning Sorcerer, Hot 8 Barb, Sever Necro, Blight CE Necro and Double Swing Barb. They may require more skill and effort to reach the same level of effectiveness as the higher tiers we've just mentioned. In the D tier we have builds like Lightning Storm Druid, Upheaval Barbarian and Rapid Fire Rogue. While these classes do have their strengths, they may lack the overall power and efficiency of the higher ranked builds. However, skilled players can still find success with these. Lastly, we have the F tier builds, which are the least recommended options for endgame activities. In this tier we have Blood Surge Necro, Pure Summoner Necro and Fireball Sorcerer. These classes may struggle significantly in completing endgame challenges efficiently compared to the other tiers. And that pretty much concludes this Diablo 4 class tier list for endgame activities. Remember once again that this list is based on the level 50 to 100 experience when you've unlocked all the exciting endgame content. And as I mentioned before, this is subject to change as the game evolves and new builds materialize. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and I'll catch you in the next video.